In this video, we're going to show you one video editing tip to create better videos.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Filmstock YouTube channel. We are Chris and Christina. We are here to help you make better videos and empower your inner video creator.
So just before we get into this one, make sure to hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss any future tips and tricks videos just like this one.
So when we are video editing, there is one tool that we often like to use to enhance our videos and give it a high quality look and feel. And that tool is keyframing.
Now you may not be able to tell how and where we used keyframes in these clips you're currently seeing, but don't worry, we're going to show you exactly what we did and how we did it.
So let's jump over to Filmora 12 and Chris is going to show you how to do it, and hopefully this tutorial will help you all become better video editors.
So just before we get started with this one, if you want to try out Filmora 12 with all the latest updates, you can download it from the link in the description below. So in this tutorial I want to show you just a few ways which you can use keyframing in your videos to make them more dynamic and ultimately increase the quality. So for the first example, I used keyframing to create a nice fade from black to the start of the clip. This is a very common way to start a video, especially if you're going for that cinematic feeling. For this example, I decided to use a nice sunset drone shot, which we got while we were on a trip last year. Now to add keyframing, all you need to do is simply click on the clip and then click the little keyframing icon right here. For this example, I scrolled down to the opacity section and click the little keyframe icon right here, and this added my first keyframe at 100% opacity. I then moved my cursor to the start of the clip and then lowered the opacity to 0%, and this will automatically place another keyframe on the clip. And believe it or not, it's just as easy as that. You now have a nice fade from black intro to your clip, and you can obviously choose how long you want the fade to be by moving the 100% keyframe. The further you move this keyframe from the start of the clip, the longer the transition will be. I also thought this clip could do with some more movement. Now while I was filming this drone shot, I did try and add some movement, but I do feel like it could do with some more. And this is something that we can also create using keyframing. So once again I clicked on the clip and moved the cursor to the start. Now I'm going to zoom into this clip quite a bit, and then I'm also going to adjust the Y-axis to move the clip down, just like this. Next I'm going to move my cursor towards the end of the clip and then click the little reset icon on the scale section, which will add another keyframe, and then I also click the reset icon for the position section. Now if I play through the clip, you can see that the clip now fades in from black, but it also zooms out while panning upwards, which creates a much more dynamic looking shot. So essentially I just faked some drone movement using keyframes. And you can do this in many different ways for any clip, depending on the look you're going for. So for the next example, I wanted to show you how you can also use keyframing on simple effects and titles to add more animation to your videos in your own way. For this clip I added some cinematic bars above the clip, but I also wanted to add some animation to slowly reveal the clip. So to do this, I simply placed two solid black layers on top of the clip and then moved them so they met in the middle. I then clicked on one of the solid black layers and added a keyframe at the start. Then I moved the cursor towards the end of the clip and added another keyframe, this time moving the layer upwards until it went behind the cinematic bars layer. I did the same to the other black layer, except this time I moved it down so it went behind the bottom cinematic bar. And now if we play it back, it looks like the cinematic bars slowly move into position while revealing the clip below. Which is just kind of a cool way to start off a sequence. I also added some animation to a simple title which I placed on the timeline. I chose a title I liked which had some animation already built in, but I wanted to add some more of my own. I wanted to make this title slowly fade in and increase in size and then slowly fade away at the end. So again, I did some keyframing just like I had done on the first example, and now you can see it just adds more subtle animation to the title and gives it a more cinematic feel that I really quite like. It's little subtle differences like this that can really give your video a unique look.
So at the beginning, using keyframes can be a little daunting and you might not be sure where to use it, when to use it, or even when you can use it. But the more you do it, the more you will see other opportunities to use it in your own videos. So just play around with it, try things out, it's definitely the best way to learn.
So on to the next example, and this one is a little bit different and requires a lot more keyframing than the others. I used a clip of a guy walking through the forest, and my idea was that I wanted to use some light flares to make it look like the sun was shining through the trees. I found the light flare that I liked and placed it on the timeline above the clip. To create the look of the light shining in and out of the trees, I added a lot of different keyframes across the clip, changing the opacity each time to make it look like the light was going away and then coming back again, just as it would if you were walking in a sunny forest. This is a more creative way of using keyframes, and you could do it in many different ways depending on what you want. And if you do it right, you can get some pretty amazing results. I actually think this one turned out quite well. Okay, so on to the final little mini cinematic sequence where I used keyframing in a few different ways. So first of all, on the first clip I wanted to add a little lower thirds title to display the location. Now obviously Filmstock has many animated titles, but if for some reason you can't find one you like, or you just want to animate it slightly differently, then you can do something like this. I chose a very basic title, placed it on the timeline, and now it's time to animate the title the way I want to. I first added some keyframes to the text layer, one at the start and one at the end, which would make the title move from left to right at the bottom corner of the image. So essentially the lower thirds title appears from the left hand side of the screen, and then also leaves on the left hand side of the screen. I then wanted to add something a little bit extra, so I included a location marker. I animated this too by adding a few keyframes. One would affect the scale and one would affect the rotation of the icon. And I think it turned out quite nicely. It's just a clean, minimal lower third title with some extra animation which just gives it a more professional look. To transition to the next clip in this sequence, I added some keyframing which would affect the opacity of the second clip, and it just simply allows one clip to slowly fade into the next clip. This is just a quick and simple transition using keyframing. And then onto the last clip in this sequence, and I wanted to make it feel a bit more dramatic, just like I did in the very first clip in this tutorial. I used keyframes to create the effect that the drone shot was moving much quicker by simply adjusting the scale of the clip using keyframes. This is definitely one of my favourite ways to use keyframes because it just makes such a noticeable difference to the clip. And it also makes you look like a much better drone pilot. Finally, I added some sound effects to this short sequence, and using keyframes with sound effects is key to blending things together and essentially making your sound effects seem much more realistic. And normally this is just a case of fading the audio in and out. This type of keyframing is actually a little easier to do because you can simply click on the layer and then just drag the little point on each side. The further you move the point, the longer the fade in or out will be. This does a great job of blending sound effects together in the background, and it just works really nicely.
So now you know how to use keyframes and where you might use them in your own videos. This is definitely a tool that we use lots, so I hope you have fun with this one.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button below so you don't miss any future videos just like this one.
Most importantly, keep creating, and we will see you in the next one.